Welcome to our quaint little town of Montgomery. We're in the middle of nowhere, Maryland, and only a couple of hours away from DC. It's your typical small town where nothing ever happens. There's only been one murder in over 20 years, and the town's only claim to fame is the high school baseball team's best prospect going to the majors. Never amounted to anything. Played a couple of years and then was cut. No one really goes anywhere. People tend to stay here. No one really knows why. It's not the best town, but it's small and quiet, so I guess people are content here. The school system is one of the best in the state. A lot of parents from outside the town send their children here. No unruly kids, no fights, and best of all, no suicide attempts of high school students in about 30 years. This is your idealistic town and people can do no wrong. Funny story about the police here? There are none. The town has one officer for its entire force. No specialists, no criminologists, not even a detective. The last detective was so bad, the town forced him to retire. He solved one case in over 20 years. Not exactly your top dog. But who needs police when nothing happens, right? No one does any wrong. There hasn't even been a reported burglary in 5 months. But even though this place is safe and quiet, no one ever moves here. The town stays off the radar in the suburbs of DC, especially with the election coming up in 2 months. Well, that's it. Not much to the town. People keep to themselves, but look out for each other. Montgomery is by far the place to live. And best of all, nothing unexpected ever happens.
Honey, I'm home. Baby, what smells so good? Michelle? Michelle. Oh my God.
911, what's your emergency?
Oh, yes. I just came home and found my wife's body collapsed on the floor. Please, you gotta send an ambulance right away.
I have you at 291 Sycamore Ave. Is that correct, sir?
Yes. That's my address. Hurry, she's not responding.
Help is on the way, sir. They will get there as fast as they can. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's my wife. She hasn't got a pulse. Michelle. Michelle.
What? Oh, Sergeant Brown. Forgive me. What are you doing calling me so late? An emergency call? We haven't had one of those in months. A dead body? All right, what's the address? 291 Sycamore Ave. But that's the governor's house. Not James Whitaker. His wife? Good Lord in heaven. All right, I'll be there as soon as I can. All right, bye.
Who's that, hun?
Sergeant Brown.
At this hour?
Yeah, emergency call. Have to head out to a crime scene. I don't know when I'm gonna be back, so could you do me a favor? Could you drop the kids off tomorrow?
No problem, dear.
Thanks, babe. Get some sleep, okay?
Jim, we need to talk. I know. First off, are you okay? Just remember, this is all part of the plan. My wife is still dead.
Yes, Jimmy, Michelle is dead, but you didn't love her anyway. It was a career move.
She's your sister.
This has been the plan since day one. You're going to be the president.
But why did Michelle have to die?
She was a necessary sacrifice. Things will be a lot smoother now. I heard you gave an Oscar-winning performance last night.
Yeah, that's because I didn't know it was gonna happen last night, scumbag.
Even so, you knew what was going on, and you were still shocked. We had to leave one element to surprise.
I just don't see this working.
Here, look, let me explain. With your wife's death, you will be a hot topic, and the reporters will be asking you about your wife and not your platform. Then the voters will vote for you out of pity and sorrow. It is the biggest smokescreen politics has ever seen. How else is a Republican supposed to win in Maryland? You just need to keep on selling the pitiful done-wrong husband-lover and leave the rest to me. You trust me, don't you?
No.
Good, then I'm doing my job. Just stick to the plan and everything will work out. You'll be a senator and then one step closer to the prize. Take a couple days off. Don't come in until about like Friday.
All right.
All right, good. I gotta go. A lot of things to do. Oh, just remember. You can use this to contact me. Remember, phone calls only.
Got it. I think I can remember everything.
Good. Don't mess this up. I'm your VP.
Officer, Sergeant Brown told me to tell you that he'll be sending a detective to help you with the case.
Good Lord. Did you tell him that I don't need any help? I'm due for my detective test soon.
I did, multiple times, but he insisted.
All right. As long as it's not Detective Patterson. I know he trained me and all, but I can't stand him with his black trench coat and his pipe. Walks around like he's Sherlock Holmes. When the good Lord knows that my son can give him a run for his money. He's nothing but a washed up, good for nothing. Detective Patterson, how are you, old friend?
Quite well, sport, thank you. Now tell me, do I hear true? Michelle Whitaker murdered?
Yeah. It's a shock, really. You know, we haven't had anything like this happen in years. The last murder was, what, 20 years ago?
24. That was the Lockhart case. You do remember that. When I was right and nobody wanted to believe my hunch.
How can I forget? You only remind me every time I see you.
Yes, yes. But I digress. Do you have any leads?
Not yet.
Did you consider it might have something to do with the election?
I did. But then when I talked to Jimmy last night, he said he was sure it wasn't foul play.
Interesting. I mean, I don't see Michelle having many enemies. She was just the science teacher at the local high school. Odd. What was Jimmy's alibi?
He was driving home. He stopped for cigarettes.
Wait a minute, Jimmy doesn't smoke.
Well, he does now. Guess politics and all are really getting to him.
Right, right. Now look, I don't want you to think that I'm coming up into your town, into your station, and stealing your case. You're on your own now. I've taught you well. I'm merely your guide now. This could be your big break, like mine was the Lockhart case.
I appreciate that. Really, I do.
Good. So, what's your plan of action?
I'm waiting on the autopsy reports.
How are the kids?
Kevin and Emily are doing great, and Kevin is really sprouting up.
I know. All those seasons of football really built him up.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he said his first word and you came in dancing because you won the office pool.
Never forget his first words. Mom.
Still can't believe you bet against yourself.
I had a hunch.
Officer, here are the autopsy reports that you requested.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll be taking my lunch break for the next hour or so. So if you need anything, just give me a call.
Will do.
Lunch. Oh, so now look at the time. Got a meeting with the mayor in half an hour.
Better get to it.
Yes. Why don't you say we take a look at these reports later on tonight? Pizza and reports, just like the good old days.
Sounds good. Where at?
Tell you what, I'm staying at the Hilton on Grove Ave. Why don't you meet me there, say around 7?
Perfect.
All right, I'll see you tonight, sport.
Sounds good. Miss Roberts, have you left yet?
I just logged off. How can I help?
Can you be a dear and refile these for me?
Sure.
I'm not going to need them until later this evening.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
You asked for this meeting. What do you want?
I have the autopsy and reports.
Where'd you get those?
I have an inside.
You idiot. We don't need those reports.
But we need to know what track the police are taking.
I know what track they're taking, you numbskull. I made sure the job was done correctly. One look at the body, then know it was a suicide.
We need to know what other tracks they might be taking.
Look, kid, who's gotten away with 7 murders and who hasn't?
I don't know.
Stupid rookie. I did my job. Now I expect to be paid for the drugs and the act.
That's the thing, I'm kinda low on cash at the moment.
What? You know who I am? You know who you're messing with?
I can have the cash to you by Friday, I swear.
Friday. In full. Cash. You know the deal. I want my money no later than 7 o'clock that night.
Yeah, I got it.
Good. Our communication is over. We're no longer speaking.
When you're a detective and you're on a case, especially a murder case, all rules are off. You can ease in at first, but then you realize the longer you wait, the longer the murderer has to run and cover his tracks. Lunch breaks become remote office hours, and that 5 p.m. punch-out all of a sudden becomes a 5 a.m. punch-in. It's a hard period to go through. You suffer, and any family you have suffers. Off hours don't exist, and you keep plowing until finally, you have a lead.
Come in, sport. It's open. Did you get to spend any time with Ashley today?
Yeah. Went for a weekly walk in the park.
Good. I'm glad.
You take a look first.
Are you sure this is the right one?
100%. Why?
Because according to this, Michelle killed herself.
What?
Take a look yourself.
Good Lord in heaven. After reviewing the autopsy results,
I've concluded that Michelle Whitaker died as a result of a deadly combination of her medications. Looking at the body, I've determined that there has been no forced entry on her mouth, meaning she took the pills willingly. After looking at the medications and speaking with her physician, it has been reasoned that Michelle took her pills daily, so it was either an accident or a deliberate attempt to end her life. She had taken 2 pills, a heart pill and a steroid that she was supposed to stop taking last week for the start of the heart pill. This combination of medication proved fatal and led to her heart rapidly increasing in rate, thus causing a heart attack. Signed, Dr. Westbrook.
Well, I guess that's case closed.
No.
Wait, are you saying...
There's no way this is suicide. I'm not buying it.
You can't just go against the doctor's word. If he said she wasn't forced to take the pills, then she wasn't forced.
Why not? You went against the doctors in the Lockhart case. I have a hunch.
Sport, when I did it, the technology wasn't as good. Nowadays, it's almost undeniable.
Yeah, I'm not giving up on this. Not yet.
Just make sure you're not making a case where there isn't one.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, you're hoping this case could be your big break. There is no case. You can't make one.
I would never. I just want to look into this some more.
All right. Just be aware that once you start going against the grain, everything changes.
Noted. You gonna back up my play?
I don't have much of a choice, now do I?
Call Miss Roberts at the office. She should still be there. I'll fax over Michelle Whitaker's medical history and take it from there.
Relax. That'll be the pizza. I'll take care of that. You make that call.
Hello? Miss Roberts? You still at the office? Good. Can you do me a favor? Could you fax over Michelle Whitaker's medical history? Yeah, I'm at the Hilton. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
Have a slice.
A fax
came from the police station for this room. Can I see some ID? All right. Thank you, officer. Have a good night.
You too. Here. Take a look. See if anything stands out.
No, nothing.
I'm not dismissing the election just yet.
I think it's our best lead as of now. Buying cigarettes, that was Jimmy's alibi, right?
And I checked his credit card transactions. $15 at the general store.
The general store lost its tobacco license 5 years ago.
What?
Remember? When they sold cigarettes to that kid and parents were all up in arms?
Oh, good Lord, I must have forgotten.
So that means...
He lied, but then what did he buy?
Wait, isn't the copay for a prescription $15?
Take a look. Good Lord, you're right.
So it's possible that Jimmy bought more steroids and mixed them with Michelle's meds.
Are you saying that Jimmy killed his wife? That makes no sense.
Alright, maybe I'm jumping ahead too many steps. Regardless, we know Jimmy has something to do with this.
Yeah, but I doubt he's alone. There's got to be someone behind him.
I think we should bring him in for more questioning.
Not just yet. Remember, the doctor still thinks it's suicide. Let's take it slow, step by step.
What do you suggest we do?
Let's go talk to Michelle's colleagues, take it step by step. Go ask around the high school.
Alright, sounds like a plan of action.
You want to head to the school tomorrow?
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Well, sorry about Melinda.
Don't even worry about it. It's no use having any regrets, it just leads to misery.
Huh. Well put. Well, if we don't need to make it too late of a night, I'm probably gonna get going.
Smart man. Sell it with the family for me, will you?
I will. See you in the office tomorrow. If you need one of you to be at the school at 7, we'll meet up at 6.
Which means you're getting up at 5.
Good Lord. Let's end this case quick.
I like that plan.
Good night, man.
Night, sport.
DA Maxwell Jenkins. Oh, hey, John, what's up? Another case. Sure, where at? Montgomery, Maryland. Never heard of it. Murder case. Interesting. Finally giving me the good ones, I see. Who's the victim? Michelle Whitaker? As in James' wife? Wow, okay. Yeah, I can be there tomorrow. Okay. Thanks, John. Bye.